The safety deposit box that wasn't. Amanda stood behind the front desk of the Metropolitan, a 376-room upscale hotel, and tried to ignore the butterflies in her stomach. It was just her second day on the job, and there was so much to remember. She glanced over at Ron, standing at the other end of the counter. It was comforting to have him working the shift with her. He had worked for the Metropolitan for 2 years and had been a big help yesterday whenever she got flustered or confused. Her first day was extremely busy because everybody was checking in for the annual aluminum siding trade show and convention that started today. In a way, it was good that her first day was so busy because she hadn't had time to be nervous. But today, most of the hotel's guests were off attending the show at the convention center downtown, and the Metropolitan was relatively quiet. Amanda gazed across the opulent lobby at the bank of house phones. A middle-aged woman in a tight, leopard-print jumpsuit was speaking angrily into one of the telephones. Her free arm, festooned with gold and black bracelets, waving in the air as she pounded home her points to the unfortunate soul on the other end of the line. At this distance, Amanda could faintly hear the clicking of the bracelets, but could not make out what the woman was saying. Shiela slammed the receiver down in its cradle and started looking frantically around the lobby. She looks at the front desk where Amanda and grabbed the gold vinyl suitcase at her feet and strode purposefully toward the front desk.
Oh please, don't come over here. Go talk to Ron.
Sheila stayed on course, and Amanda had plenty of time to take in the big hair, the heavy makeup, and the wounded, self-righteous expression before the woman stopped in front of her.
There's something wrong with your phones.
Ma'am?
I can get through to my husband's room. I kept dialing 326, but I couldn't get through.
Our house phones is no longer directly connected to the guest rooms.
Yeah. That's what the operator said. That's not very convenient, you know.
Ma'am, we changed our system in order to provide more privacy and security for our guests. Did the operator reach your husband for you?
No, she started explaining why dialing 326 wasn't working. And I told her what I thought of her new system before I hung up on her.
From her training, Amanda remembered that you were never to put callers through to guest rooms if they only asked to be put through to a certain room number. You always had to ask whom the person was calling so you could confirm that the person knew the guest and was not simply calling rooms at random. Thieves, for example, had been known to call room after room until they found one that was empty, then go ransack the room.
What's your husband's name? We can try to connect you here at the front desk.
Virgil Jones.
Amanda moved to the computer and called up Virgil's reservations record. Yes, Virgil H. Jones was registered in room 326.
Mr. Jones checked into the room 326 yesterday. Let me try and reach him for you.
Amanda picked up the front desk telephone, dialed, and listened to the phone ring 10 times.
Sorry ma'am, there's no answer.
That's okay. Just give me a key to his room then.
Immediately a red flag went up for Amanda. New as she was well aware that key control was an extremely important issue at the Metropolitan.
I'm sorry ma'am, but it's against our policy to give out keys to the guests who are unregistered. Mr. Jones is the only person registered for that room.
But I'm his wife. Look. Here's my ID. See? I'm Sheila Jones.
I'm sorry, Miss Jones. Had your husband told us you were coming, we would have noted it on our reservation records and there'd be no problem. But we're not allowed to let unregistered guests into the rooms.
That's right, Miss Jones. We do the same thing for you. And it's actually against the law to admit unregistered guests to the room.
My husband doesn't know I'm coming. I didn't think I would get off work, but my boss finally gave in. Can you please just break the rules just this once?
I'm sorry, we really can't. Is your husband here for the big convention?
Oh, yes.
Then, he's probably at the Grand Corp. That's where the big convention is.
I'll never find him there.
You're welcome to look around in our restaurants and labs to make sure he's not here.
You know, it would be a lot easier if you just let me into his room. Look, I'm tired. It was a long drive.
I'm sorry. I'll tell you what. If you can find him, let us know. And we'll put you in another room temporarily so you can freshen up.
Okay, I think that's supposed to do. I won't bother looking for him. He's probably at the convention just like what you said. Whatever, just give me a room.
Sheila gets the key to room 287 and left in a huff. Ron congratulated Amanda for a job well done.
She probably really is his wife, and 99 times out of 100 probably nothing bad would happen if we let a wife, or a husband, or a brother, or somebody into a room. But it's not worth taking a chance on violating the privacy or compromising the safety of our guests. It's that one time in 100 that can lead to serious trouble.
Thankfully, Sheila did not make another appearance and the rest of the morning passed uneventfully. Just after Amanda returned to the front desk after lunch, a short, balding fellow in a shiny blue suit approached the desk and gave her a big smile.
Hi, I'm Virgil Jones, room 326. Does any mails or calls for me?
No, Mr. Jones, but someone was asking about you. Miss Shiela Jones was here. She said she was your wife and willing to wait into your room, but we had to turn her down.
Where is she now?
We put her in another room so she could freshen up. Let me call her and tell her you're here.
Amanda called room 287, and in a few minutes, Sheila appeared in the lobby.
Oh, hi, Didi.
Look at the hand. By the way, thanks for the room. I feel so much better after my shower.
You're welcome.
I forgot to bring my key down with me. Is it okay if I return it later or do you need it right away? By the way, I'm moving to my husband's room now.
That's fine, just leave it there. Do you need any help with your luggage? I can send Bell person up.
Oh, no. We can handle it. Thanks.
The next day, Amanda experienced her first time alone at the front desk. Ron had an early dental appointment and wouldn't be in until 11. Even though the front desk manager assured Amanda that he would be available in case things got busy. Amanda crossed her fingers and hoped for an uneventful morning. It was just before 9 o'clock when Sheila appeared in the lobby again. Sheila walked at the front desk, dressed slightly more conservatively in a tight purple jumpsuit. She smiled at Amanda and held up a safe deposit box key.
Good morning. I'd like to get into our safety deposit box, please.
Thank goodness I don't have to say no to her again.
Yes, Miss Jones. Right this way, please.
Amanda led Sheila into the small safe deposit box room just to the right of the front desk. One side wall contained the bank of safe deposit boxes. The master key to all the boxes hung by a chain secured to the wall. Pushed against the opposite wall was a narrow table with a file box on it. Let's see.
Can I see some ID, ma'am?
Oh, not this again.
Thank you.
Look under the J's in the file box for the right card. There it was. Box 116, signed out by Mr. Virgil H. Jones.
Will you please sign this card and initial it?
Gave Sheila the card and a pen and indicated the narrow table. Sheila signed the card and gave the pen to Amanda. Amanda initialed the card and recorded the date and time. Put the card back in the file box.
Now, I'll put my key first.
Found the box 116 and turned the master key in the appropriate lock.
Then you key.
Sheila stepped forward and turned her key in the second lock.
I'll be right outside. Just let me know when you're finished.
finished. That won't be necessary. This will only take a second.
Turned her back discreetly while Sheila placed the drawer on the table. Amanda heard the metallic creak of the lid lifting, then a sharp intake of breath from Sheila, and then something like a sob. Amanda resisted the impulse to turn around.
It's none of our business, Amanda. It's rude, and it might get you into trouble. Remember what Ron tells you, never watch guests get into their safe deposit boxes.
Amanda turned around and took the box from Sheila.
Okay, I'm done. Thank you.
Is there anything else I can do for you, ma'am?
No thanks. You've done quite enough.
The lighting in the room made it hard to tell, but Amanda thought Sheila's eyes were redder and puffier than before. Amanda returned the drawer to its box, swung the box door shut, and turned both keys in their locks. She let the master key hang by its chain and handed the guest key back to Sheila. The next day was Amanda's day off. Ron was the front desk with other guest service representative named Dennis when Virgil Jones approached just after 8 a.m. looking puzzled.
It's going to be a strange question, but do you see my wife?
No, sir. Not this morning. I didn't hear her get up and her suitcase is gone.
I'm sure for that.
About 20 minutes later, Virgil was back at the front desk looking considerably more anxious than before.
I can't find my safe deposit box key. Do you have a spare? I need to check something right now. Okay.
I'm sorry, sir, but for any security reasons, we don't have spare keys to our boxes.
What do we do now? I've got to get into that box.
Well, sir, you have two options. One, we can call a locksmith. The firm we use is good about coming out right away. They're usually here between half an hour and an hour after we call. And I believe the last time they came out for this, they charge around $80. And whatever the charge is, we will add it into your room bill. Or two, I can call our maintenance department and have one of the staff punch the lock for us. He can probably be up here in just a few minutes, but if you choose this option, there's a 100 charge because we'll have to replace the lock.
Call the maintenance guy. I'm not waiting for no hour.
Very well.
Moved to the front desk phone and spoke a few words into it before returning to Virgil.
I'll be right away, sir. Anyway, do you remember your safe deposit box number?
Jamming his fingers through his hair, a worried expression on his face.
110? 218? I don't know.
We can look it in our files. Excuse me for a moment.
Answered the front desk telephone. When Ron hung up, he smiled and waved to a young man just getting off one of the lobby elevators.
You're still already. Come with me, please, and to Mr. Jones, please right this way, sorry.
The three men entered the safe deposit box room. Ron opened the file box and turned to Virgil.
Can I have some ice, sir?
Mr. Jones pulled out a fat wallet and gave Ron his driver's license.
Thank you.
Ron put the license on the table and flipped quickly to the J's in the file box. There was a card, Box 116, signed out by Virgil H. Jones. Ron compared the signature on the license on the signature on the card, nodded, and gave the license back to Virgil. Ron noticed that Virgil had not gotten into the box since he had first opened it up, but that Sheila Jones had signed for it yesterday. Ron looked at the initials alongside the signature. A.M. Amanda Muldinado, and shook his head. Rookies, he thought.
It looks like that your reserve box is 116, Mr. Jones. Please sign it here and we can open to you right away.
Ron pushed the card over to Virgil before turning to put the master key in the master key lock for box 116 and turning it. Mr. Jones started to sign the card but stopped.
I saw my wife's signature. Did she get into the box yesterday?
It looks like it.
Behind them, Ted set down his box of tools after a couple of sharp blows.
Will you go for now, Mr. Jones?
Ron was hardly back at the front desk before Virgil reappeared.
Is everything alright, Mr. Jones?
No, everything's not alright. Something's missing.
Oh no, what's missing? Can you describe it?
There was a solid gold ivory bracelet on there with the name Mitzi engraved on it, and now it's gone.
Oh no.
And now my wife's gone. I hope this hotel makes more money, because the Metropolitan is going to pay for my divorce.
Call the manager. Okay, sir, I will call the manager. Just wait for a moment. Okay, sir, our manager will be coming in a second.
Good day, sir. What can I help you?
I can't believe it, that your staff allowed my wife to open my safety deposit box. What kind of security you are here?
We are sorry, Mr. Jones, but rest assured that we will going to conduct an investigation regarding this incident. You did not follow our rules. What happened to your training, Miss Amanda? Have you forgotten all of it?
I'm sorry for my negligence, ma'am, to let Mrs. Jones to open the safety deposit box of Mr. Jones. As the wife, I thought that she has the right to it, and besides, ma'am, she has the key.
Okay, but next time, don't let an authorized person to open the safety deposit box without his or her consent.
I'm very sorry, ma'am, but I promise that will never happen again.
Okay, thank you. You can go back to your area for now.
Thank you.
What happened, Amanda? Is there something wrong?
I don't know. I don't know what will the management think, but I'm hoping that they will not terminate me because of what happened.
Hi guys! Welcome to my channel! So, ngayong araw, tatakbo po tayo parang ganito. Ayan o, tingnan nyo, tumatakbo ako guys.
Meron na.
Yan po yung mga kagrupo ko. Yan po. Say hi. 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 Hi guys.
Annyeonghaseyo! There's something wrong with your phones.
Ma'am?
I couldn't get to my... There's something wrong.
There's something.
What's your husband's name? Wait nga lang.
Ano ba yan?
Ay, ano ba? Good day, sir. What can I help you?
Wait lang.